Alright, let's try that again. Sorry about that, y'all. My phone ran out of storage. I quit napping on it when it ran out, I think. Might have taken one more flake. So I'll do a part 2 to this. This is where we're at. Go ahead and try to finish it up. Gotta get the yard mowed. I got about 2.5 acres I mow. It needs it. Dew's about burn off. Go hop on the old 0 turn and raise heck. Okay, so we were using my lead-filled solid copper. If you're just seeing this video, you might want to go back to the one before this and watch. I've been talking my way through this nearly every strike, so trying to be as informative as I can. I've been putting a lot of videos out that are not really very informative. They're more fun. So try to get serious here for a minute. So you see I'm seating it into my hand, making sure my support's right, supporting it well. Go ahead and try to remove some of this. A lip flake wouldn't be horrible in this case. So it's just a lot of mass I need to remove there. And it did, it lipped way up here above. But that allowed that crack to initiate far enough in that it removed the mass I was going after. So I'll just go ahead and grind that. Usually leaves a really delicate edge, and you got to get rid of that, or it'll just lead to more problems. So same thing here. I'm going to try to get one to drive back into this direction, remove some of this mass and thin that out. That worked. Okay, so let's shift back over here. I think where I was before, I was going for that pretty side first. So I think what I was doing was just beveling this edge down with some short flakes. You gotta get good at those little short flakes too. They're just as important as the big ones to help you move that edge. I mean, you can run around and just grind your edges and not move anything, but you're removing a lot of the predictability from the whole process, in my opinion. This is what I've become to learn. You guys, for those of you who don't know, I've been napping for about 2.5 years, and I started out with under the leg indirect, and I did really good with it. I was able to sell points within like a few months of napping, but I watched videos for a good 3 months before I even picked up my first rock. I mean, I watched a bunch of them. As soon as I seen my first video I seen was, it's called, oh, what is it? Pressure flaking glass 101, pressure flaking 101. The guy's channel, is called Captain Mike, and I know a lot of you guys have probably seen the video. He does pressure flake slabbed glass, and he had some incredible clovises and stuff there that he had made. But he just shows you, you know, how to nap a slab of glass, basically, and pressure flake it. And that was the first one I seen, and then after that, I started searching and finding all the videos, and I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna be able to learn how to flint nap. I never thought I would be able to even have a chance at figuring it out, but with all this information, I'm on it. So I've been pretty steady hard at it for 2.5 years now. There's a fleck of pyrite in there that's just glistening. Some kind of fossil or something here too. Check this pyrite out. You guys see that? It's just there. It's just there. Inside joke. Mike will like that one. It's just here. Clegg's Adventures. You guys watch Clegg? You guys see that shining in there? Probably not. It's not catching the light right. Well, it looks like a chunk of gold in there. It's right there. Just here. I love that dude. If you guys haven't watched Clegg's Adventures on YouTube, he does a lot of sifting in the Ohio River. He's funny, man. He does a lot of little tricks with the camera and stuff. He's a super knowledgeable guy, though. His videos are fun to watch. So I just took a little arcing swing there and caught that platform just to remove that little bit there, and that'll help even this side out. I keep going back to my good side. I need to take care of this. But I want to flake this stuff. So this platform this part of it's good, but this part of it that's hanging off down here is not so bueno. That can cause that platform to fail, crush the edge. So I'm just going to try to, this is all excess material anyways, so we'll just bevel this down and try to kind of get to business. That one didn't release. If I take a little shot right there with my braider, that'll help isolate that. Same thing over here. Now when I hit that, it'll probably let go. Yeah, it did. Hope I was in frame there. Little short one there. Just go ahead and bevel this edge. Morning. I'm doing a video and napping. So I'm just going to bevel this edge. Go ahead and sacrifice some of it because I don't need all that. Our tip's getting a little chubby up here, so I'm going to take a couple flakes just to kind of get that weight right off the end of it. What? I don't know what it is. I think it's some kind of like iron deposit or something. I saved a few of those different cores that I was opening them up. They were a lot of different ones. Some of them look like almost like metal, like the real gray, like gunmetal looking one. I need to show these guys that too. Pretty interesting. Some of them have quartz and some of them have crazy looking cores in them. This thing here is going to make a beautiful point. There's a couple short ones there. Get this edge back in working order. So it's looking like I could really use either side for my base. Now, let me get this straightened out here first. I think I'll do my base down here. Okay, so if we do our base down there, good. Turn this edge back this way. I'm thinking dovetail for this adventure. Went ahead and took a pretty substantial flake, thinning flake. I need to go ahead and start thinning this thing down. Try to get a nice flat surface across this way. Bring this back in a little bit. Take a little one there just to get that contour a little better. Take another good one right into there. Just really flattening this off. A little grind back. Short one there. The edge is not quite low enough. There it went. Alright, we're getting that nice flat surface. Okay. Looking good. Now we got two pretty edges. So this is nice and flat. Let's try to flip it over and flatten this side off. Go ahead and bring this tip in a little bit. Take a little one there. Get rid of that bump. Alright, we should have a nice continuous platform pretty much. Enough to get started anyway. So I can feel the mass in my hand. I can tell it needs to be removed right in through here big time. So I'll probably just start with a little one up here. That'll kind of isolate this mass even more. I'll come across with another one. That edge failed when I hit it. Ooh, that's ugly. I'm just going to support. Well, let me drop back here and try to. What is going on? Am I grinding them too much? I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Try to bring it back so I can come in at an angle and get that see if I can get it from this side. Got some of it. It got me back on track with where I wanted to be there. Bevel this edge down a little bit. Stubborn spot. Okay. Take another good one right through there. That's really thinning our piece out and keeping that plane. Another good one. Let's see if I can just take a little one there. I could probably get that to go, but I'm going to adjust it a little bit more. This one will really help thin our base out. If I can hit it. Good one. A couple more little ones there. One there. I'll have to try to catch this from over here. That one there actually got most of it. I didn't expect it to, but it did. So now you'll see this point really start thinning out now, because I got my nice flat surface over here first. Then I flipped it and I come across here on the same plane. So I could just keep beveling this thing, you know, bevel this side down and keep taking flakes out this way. Bevel this side down, keep going this way, and keep napping like that. And it would put a bevel on it, a left-hand bevel, and you can really thin them out a lot like that. Or, you know, you can move your edge back. Instead of beveling just the one direction, you can always move it back and forth if you need to, you know, take care of something on the other side. I think that's the process that they used a lot back in the day. Sure looks like that anyways. The big first stage stuff, I think they just napped it, you know, just flattened it out from both sides. But once they started resharpening it, that's how it continued on. I think they would, you know, bevel it. If it got too thick, you could just take a couple thinning strikes across this face and then bevel it, sharpen it. That's how it looks like it was done to me anyhow. So this is nice and flat here. I don't want to take too many more flakes on this side. Just bring it in a little closer to where it needs to be. Just aiming for about halfway with these flakes, or a third. pretty much just struck directly into that edge. Same thing there. Really supporting it now. Nice surface support. Try to get this thing to run in there and do some nice thinning. Hopefully not step fracture. Very nice. Didn't release that first time because I hit on top of that ridge there. That wasn't the prettiest thing I've ever done. We can take care of that. Stepped. It didn't. Yeah, it did. Kind of. A little bit. Barely. The reason is because this edge was too flat. The contour was too flat. And the flake was too thin. And just barely stepped at the end. So I need a little convexity there. I'll take a couple little short flakes. I'm going to leave this one for platform. Just a little one there. Thinner base out. If you're supporting this thing well in your hand, you can hit them on the base. You just gotta be careful. A little quartz pocket right there. I gotta watch that. Thing will ruin your day. Get out of there. All right. It's gonna be like that, huh? Keep catching them thin. There we go. Wow, this thing's gonna have a big pocket of that pyrite in there. I don't know if it's gonna shine or not, but it might end up messing me up. So I'm just kind of spot grinding right now and just picking out little platforms that I think I can thin the edge out. So I'm going from a really robust thick edge to a thin edge at this point. I'm getting prepared for pressure flaking and final shaping. It was trying to tell me the first time it didn't want to come off there. I didn't listen. Okay, so these are really helping thin this edge out. So I'll do the same thing over here. It's really thinning the whole piece out. That really helped thin that tip. I have to review this one. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little grind. That bump right here is gonna mess me up. It's a crown platform. So I'm just gonna see if I can get it to let go. It took my edge. Now it's too thin in that particular spot, but if I move back a little bit, there's usually where it leads up into the edge, there'll be enough stiff material there. I should be able to make contact with this point right here and get my flake. And the platform failed on me. Might be able to get that one to go, yeah. So I just barely had to catch that just right. I kind of losing my flat surface here, but we're down now where it's thinning out, and you can kind of do whatever you want. Just to get that initial preform, that works really well for me, that particular. Just taking the big thinning flakes from the one side and beveling on the other. Kind of snuck that one in there too, off a kind of not so great edge. Just a little one there. I'm supporting these flakes so well, they're just sticking into the stone and not releasing. I had a bad feeling about that. Take the edge back a little bit right in front of this platform. I'll be able to get my directional force going this way. Bevel this up a little bit. Get that out of our way. Yeah, got some of it. Let's see if I can come across this way. Just a little bit left there. Take care of that with pressure. So that's getting to be a really nice thin preform. Maybe a couple more up here. Yeah, buddy. Nice and thin. So, should I do some pressure? I'll probably just end it here. I'll just make this a part 2 of the direct percussion. Pretty stuff. Got a whole bunch of it. I wish that pyrite was shiny. I can tell us what that is. It's just not glistening. I've got a piece in the garage that's just covered with flecks that are real shiny. So before I end it, let me show you what I was talking about there when my mom came out of her house there and asking about was that dirt inside that rock. I saved these nodules. I saved a few interesting looking ones. This one looks like it's got a what do they call those? A Yahoo or a yin yang? Yeah, yin yang. But yeah, some of these cores are made up of different stuff. At different locations. So that's one location. There's the other piece to that goes together. This is another one. Whatever it is, it has a lot of iron in it. Here's one that's got, this looks like red iron dirt. Right in the center of that nodule. So weird. There's a few other little interesting pieces. It's got a fossil in it. It's a pretty piece of rock too. Got the yin yang. This one got some pretty colors in it. It's only the ones with inclusions that they got a bad spot in the center of them. That's where this color comes in. So you gotta kind of nap around the bad stuff to get the color. This one looks enough like the United States that I had to keep it. Florida's pointing a little due east, but other than that, close enough. I found some pretty interesting shapes, and I can only imagine when I start slabbing up some of this stuff, some of the stuff we'll see. But anything else I can show y'all? I think I showed you in the beginning of the part 1. I've got all this material left. I can show you guys what I've got stashed away to slab. I've kind of added to my collection since the last showed you. I think I Might just need to buy me a saw, guys. My buddy that was gonna help me saw this up probably don't want to hear that, but I really need to buy a saw. I've got a bunch of rock to slab up. I'm not slabbing all this, obviously, but most of this Fort Payne I will, after I go through and test them a little bit more. Some of this stuff's got some issues in it. You know, I tried to pick the most solid ones to slab, but even some of the ones that I have been really getting into that are, you know, they even look pretty good on the outside, they still have some cracks and stuff you gotta work around. Surface coning from tumbling and surface cracks, and then some of them come apart in pieces, and y'all just have to kind of work through them. But it's really nice material. You'll love it. I haven't had any complaints so far, so everybody loves it. It's some nice. That's pretty. Get this big old nodule back here still too. This is Mike's Monster. It's hornstone, Tallahassee quartzite, Flint River, Pedernales, Kentucky hornstone, and Fort Payne chert. It's pretty funny. A friend of mine messaged me a little bit ago and said, "Hey man, can you help me identify these stones?" I asked the seller. He had a bunch of slabs laid out, like a dozen of them or so, and the seller hasn't responded back to me. And I was like, "Yeah, probably." And I looked at them and I was like, "Bing, bing, bing, bing." I named every single one of them. I was like, "Dang." I think I got lucky. He had some of the ones I worked with a lot. They were pretty common ones like Flint Ridge, Flint River, Coral. He had a piece of Pedernales in there. It looked like that might have stumped some people. What else do you have? Oh, Painted Buffalo River. But it takes a while to learn the different types of stones, that's for sure. It did save me a geode. I have to cut into that one. I found one as big as a basketball, but I haven't dug it out yet. So, let me know, guys, if you need any chert. I got plenty of it. I'm surrounded, literally. Spalls of hornstone and Fort Payne. So, all right. Well, I've talked enough, and I'll go ahead and download this one to do a part 2 to that first one. Sorry about running out of storage on that one. So, hope everybody has a great week, and I appreciate y'all watching. And hey, give me a subscribe. How about it? Getting up there close to 1,000 subscribers. You know what that means? I get paid. So help a brother out. Give me a sub and a thumbs up. Catch you all on the next one. Thanks for everything. Bye.